Hello, and welcome to my rant today. My rant today is going to be on politics, on the political system in this country today. My name is Pastor Bob Listad-Larson, and I'm just going to share with you I have the solution to all the political problems in our country today, and I'm going to share them to you at the end. So you're going to have to listen for a couple of minutes, but then I've got the solution coming up. So I want to start with the scripture in Romans 13, starting in verse 1 through 3. Let every soul be subject unto the government, for there is no higher power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God. Whosoever therefore resists the power, resists the ordination of God, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou then be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise in the same. So this scripture is telling us God is putting a political system over us, our government, and we're to submit to and obey those people. They're submitted, they're by God, they're controlled by God, they're input and removed by God. Now we've gone astray from that in time to time, but how we get there is through prayer and praying for our leaders and elected leaders that have committed to be people of prayer. So my solution is just this. First of all, our government is supposed to give us rules that we can follow. It's not supposed to be of personalities, and that's where it's at today. It's more personalities than anything else. And so I want to take a minute just to say, if you're an American, that doesn't make you a Christian. I've talked to several Americans say, I was born American, that makes me a Christian. No, a relationship with Jesus Christ makes you a Christian. So if you don't understand that part, then you need to talk to me or another minister. Find out what a relationship with Christ is and how you ask Jesus into your heart. That's what makes you a Christian. Now, that doesn't make you an American. So you're not a Christian just because you're American, and I have had people ask me that. And now I know that the Antichrist is going to rise up and take over in the end times and all of that, but that's not what this rant is about today. This rant is about our crazy, messed up political system in our country today. It's just a mess. Nobody cares about the truth. Nobody cares about facts. Nobody cares about past records, and nobody cares about what the individuals want to do for our country in the future. They don't care about any of that. They're looking at personalities and people, and that's not what our government has ever been about. They attack everyone else instead of standing on their own platform. They want to point fingers at what other people have done wrong instead of look at themselves and what they want to plan to do for our country. Our country has not been about personalities, it's been about laws, and that's what it should be. Our political rulers are put in place to follow the Constitution, to in place laws by majority rule. That's how we've been established. We vote, the majority vote carries, and that's the law of the land. And if you don't like it, that's the way the American people is supposed to be, the American country. So we try to change minds, we try to educate people, but we try to rule as a majority. So we don't, all those that, here's my answer. I'll go right into that now. My answer to the political problem, the way it is today, and my solution to solve all of this is that we take all of those who have said now that if Trump's elected, they're leaving the country, and all of those who have said if Clinton gets in, I'm leaving the country. And you can even take all of those who said if Bernie Sanders gets in, they're leaving the country. Take all of those people, group them together right now and ship them out of our country. Send them somewhere else. We don't need them. It's not about personalities. Take all of those people out, and we've already eliminated most of the crazy people in the country, most of the riffraff, most of the idiots. They'll be gone on one side or the other. And they can take their candidates with them and get out of our country. Then we can start fresh. And so a fresh start is we eliminate all of the political system the way that it is. We take all of those who are in Congress now, take away their pensions, kick them out of office, give them a job at McDonald's. All of those who are in the presidency, in the White House, all of those who have been in the past in politics, all of those chief of police, all of those mayors, all out of office, no jobs, going to McDonald's. And then we take every single person who's over the age of 18 who claims to be an American, whether you're naturalized or you were born here, you have to sign a document saying you support the Constitution and the American way, and that's your belief. And then all of those people in the country, when they turn 18, their name is put into a hat. And when a political office comes open, you draw out a name. Here's Jim Smith from California. He's going to be the president for the next 3 years. Okay, we need a chief of police in Dallas. Okay, here's Missy Jones from Florida. She's going to be the chief of police in Dallas for 3 years. Got another office, a senator. Okay, you draw the next name. They serve their 3-year term and they never serve a political office again. They have a little period of time to train, to understand their area of expertise and what they're supposed to do and look at the past records. But then they're put in office for 3 years, that's it. They receive the same pay that they had at their job, wherever their job was. They have job security to come back after their term is over, and they serve. And that everybody who's an American is put into that kitty and has the same opportunity to be president as anybody else. And that'll solve all of our problems. We take all of those pensions and the money that these politicians are getting, and we save all of that money for our country. All of those positions we save. And the millions that are spent on bribes and campaigning and pork belly bills and kickbacks and advertising for political offices, all of those billions of dollars wouldn't be spent in those venues. So that would all be available to help grow our country, to feed the poor, to take care of the veterans and the homeless and the addictions. All of those things would be available. So that's the answer right there. We throw out the political system the way it is, not the rules, not the Constitution, just those personalities that are put in place that should have never been put in place in the first place. Because it's never been about personalities. And Abraham Lincoln, as he said, if the government isn't doing what you like, you overthrow it and you start over. So we throw out all of those and we begin to take true, honest American citizens that want to serve our country, pick their name out, put them in the offices and let them run. I'll bet you they can't do any worse than the politicians that are in there now. You take the people that have a passion for the country and a passion for the Constitution, and they want to set rules and guidelines and not personalities. And they can't serve more than one term, so they're not going to try to focus on how they get reelected or who's going to succeed them. They just serve their time, they do their job, and they get out. That's a solution to America today. God bless you. Y'all come back now, you hear?